companies now want to hire you and put you in company housing, right? They now want to be your landlord. It's pretty obvious that these guys are looking at like mainland China and saying,
I see how they're doing it. They're stuffing all of their employees in company housing that the company controls like sardines, and it's working out good for them. You can control everything.
Then guys, listen, this is the reason why you need to watch videos like this, because I'm telling you, these companies, someone in management would put on their thinking cap and said, how can we squeeze every dime out of our employees and make it so that we can make them productive and we can suck them dry?
Awkward. So awkward.
My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Please hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Also, make sure you check in the description and in the pinned comment. I have a newsletter that will give you tremendous value. It's free, guys. You cannot be free. Go ahead and click that link. But guys, listen, I'm telling you, these companies are not loyal. How many times I gotta say it? I'm showing you again that these companies are trying to get ahead when it comes to the housing crisis. Remember, houses are unaffordable right now. So Google, Amazon, and every other big corporation out there are thinking to themselves,
How can we make houses cheaper in rent, cheaper than buying, but also work our employees to death?
what? That's what these companies are doing. And I don't want you to fall for this. This is ridiculous. Let me tell you this right now before we get into this video. Do not do this. Do not fall for this hook, line, and sinker thinking, well, I'm going to start my new job at Amazon, and Amazon is offering rent as low as $800 in their community that they built. Sounds like a great deal to me, but wait until you get into the community. I don't think you will like it too much, but let's jump into it. It says, American companies plan on becoming employers' landlords by building company towns. Ooh, sounds great, right? I know some of you guys are like,
Wow, how cheap are they gonna make the rent? Maybe this will get rid of commutes. Maybe my rent will get lower. Maybe taxes and everything else. Maybe it just will just be great, great.
I don't think anyone wants a company running their house, making sure that they're their landlord. I'm telling you, it's not going to end up like you think it will. I promise you. The housing crisis in the United States has prompted some major companies to consider building company towns instead of relying on traditional rental properties. Companies such as Google, Tesla, and Meta are exploring the idea of becoming landlords themselves, building company towns and purchasing large pieces of land to provide housing to their workers. I mean, guys, come on. How could this go wrong? I mean, just imagine, you call it off of work. I'm sick. I just won't be able to go. And then you go into the next day and your manager's like, Janice, you said you were sick off the other day, right?
But based on the security surveillance that we have on the streets, we saw you working on your yard. You were planting tulip. You were out there walking your dog. It doesn't seem like you were sick. Can you please explain this?
Oh God, I'm screwed.
And you're gonna be like, well, I can't believe it. You guys are watching my, no, Janice, we're not watching your house. We're watching the whole area. Safety. Can you imagine that? Ugh, it's not gonna be good, guys. I'm telling you. A lot of you guys already complain about privacy. Imagine your company that you work for. Amazon, Meta, Tesla, it doesn't matter. A company that you work for, always having an eye on you.
I see you, baby.
And I know what you guys are saying.
These companies aren't gonna do that. Orlando, you're being ridiculous. You think that these companies will keep an eye on us, their employees, while we're off, while, in our own privacy of our homes?
Yes. Yes. I mean, do you know what world we live in where all of these reports come out that companies are doing surveillance and they pay settlement fees and whatnot for doing wrong things like listening in when they shouldn't be listening in? Come on now. You really think that these companies won't do that? Okay. Let's continue. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, is planning to build an entire town near Austin where 3 of his companies, Boring, Tesla, and SpaceX, have operations. The new company town is intended to offer below market rents to his employees. What? You don't say. Providing an attractive solution to the housing challenges faced by many workers. Similar to Meta, the parent company of Facebook is also considering construction of a company town to provide housing to its employees. Google has already started the process. A lot of people complain, Orlando, my check is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Wait till you have to give up your rent directly sucked out of your check. You're gonna get your check and it's gonna be 2 cents. Listen, these companies will say, hey, don't worry about it. Slide your card for your lunch. You're going to slide your card for your rent. Everything's going to be direct deposited and sucked out of your account. Don't worry about paying us.
Now, we did see that, based on your check, you're kind of negative. So you're going to have to work that off.
And you're going to be like, what? I'm negative $200? Yeah, you're negative $200. So we're going to need you to work some extra hours to knock off that balance because your rent is coming out on the next check. And it just looks like you're just going to be in the hole over and over and over again. Is that what you guys want? Play with it if you want to. If you really want to see how bad it can get, go ahead and join in one of these company towns where Tesla and Meta and all these companies are sucking the rent directly out of your paycheck. See how you like it then when they're sucking your grocery bills and your lunches directly out of your paycheck. I'm just saying. Look, I know a lot of you guys are loyal to your company and you think Google and Tesla and all these other companies are loyal to you. But what happens when you don't make enough money to pay the rent in the company town? Do you have to work it off? Do they evict you out of the company town? Do they fire you? What is it? And I can bet you in the fine, deep, only a lawyer can read it and understand it. There's going to be a clause in there that says, we will do the most ridiculous thing to you to make sure that you pay off your debts before you leave. That bonus, ours. You say you need extra money to get your car fixed? We don't care.
Oh, you need money to pay daycare because, I know you're in the hole, but you need that extra money to move and shift things around. I'm sorry. Do you know we're providing you discounted rent?
That's what's going to happen, guys. And I know you guys are loyal to these companies, but I'm here to tell you, the companies won't be loyal to you. These companies will not care when they take money from you. Go ahead and join these company towns. Go ahead and do it and have the companies control you entirely. I'm not going to lie. The more and more I read this, the more and more it sounds like prison.
Boom. He's in jail.
Imagine getting offered to work and then going next door and then seeing your manager or your supervisor. Imagine that. How fun is that? Is that what you guys want? I mean, some of you guys don't even like your job now. And imagine going home at this exact moment and then going to check your mail and then your manager's like, hey, right here. How you doing? Remember, I'll see you at work tomorrow.
That's crazy. I really don't like that guy.
While the idea of corporate-built company towns addresses the pressing issue of housing shortages, it also sparks concerns about employee flexibility. With health insurance already tied to your employment, intertwining housing with work could further limit the employee's freedom to change jobs or location. Critics argue that this deliberate entanglement is an attempt by companies to exert greater control over the workforce. What? Are you kidding? Come on, man. Are you telling me that companies are working more towards 100% control over their employees? Come on, get out of here. You gotta be joking. But this is the truth, guys. I've said this over and over and over again, guys. Go ahead and intertwine it if you want to. Amazon will control your health, will control your car, will control your housing, your employment, your retirement. Everything will be underneath one umbrella. And I know some of you guys are like,
Orlando, that sounds like a dream come true.
Until you break something or you go against Amazon, Facebook, Walmart, any of these companies, and you go against them and you go, hey, I was thinking about changing jobs. Well, since you decided to change jobs and you're no longer loyal to us, let's go ahead and go through this. Yeah, you owe us for this, this, this. If you don't pay this, then we're gonna lose this.
Then you're gonna have a fee of $10,000. Do you still want to quit? Oh, you don't have $10,000? Oh, well, we knew you didn't have $10,000 because you know why? We have your whole financial profile in front of us. We know everything about you. We know your health. We know what's going on with you housing-wise. We know that your car is about to give out because we finance all of this.
Well, where I'm from, that's called slavery.
If you want to intertwine all of this, it's called conflict of interest, guys. That's what this is, a conflict of interest. And while you're thinking that you're making things more convenient for you, you're actually making it more convenient for the company to control you all the way. And this is the reason why I say these companies aren't loyal, and you need to put yourself before these companies, because these companies, while they are trying to blame you for not being loyal to them, they will let you go at the drop of a dime. And you think that's bad, guys. Wait until your manager, your supervisor, you go to them and they're doing your evaluation, telling you if you're going to get a raise or not. And they go, well.
We want to bring up one thing, Daryl. We've been getting complaints from the HOA that you haven't been cutting your grass. And also, too, there is a trash can that's in the driveway, and you've racked up some fees on that. And, I mean, it's separate, but we're going to need you to pay that before we give you a raise.
What? And you're like, what? What does cutting grass have to do with me? Well, if you read in section 20 of the 13th of A, it says right there that housing is part of, raises and everything else. I know you didn't read that 400-page contract that our lawyers wrote, but yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it. That's what you're in for. But hey, don't let Orlando stop you from jumping in and getting cheaper rent. I'm just saying, the market rent may be $1,400 and Amazon may offer you $800 to $1,000. Is that worth it though? The trend of companies building towns for their employees is not confined to the US. Global mega projects like Nome are emerging as examples where entire towns are being constructed to accommodate workers. I'm gonna go ahead and just take a guess. Just take a guess that this is a Chinese company that, or some country that just controls everything about their citizens. I'm just gonna take a guess, but let's go ahead and click the link and see what this company is. What do you know? When you click on regions, all of these regions are Saudi Arabia, all these other areas where they control everything about their citizens. Well, if you are on board to be totally controlled like that and have your employer control everything about your life, all the way up until the groceries that you buy, all the way up into your housing, then hey, forget everything I said. Go ahead and sign up with Amazon or whoever, and yeah, let me know how it works out for you. But I can tell you this, intermingling and intertwining all of that is a disaster waiting to happen. And I could just see the articles and the headlines right now saying Amazon, Google, all these other companies exploiting workers, exploiting you to their benefit, like companies do. It's no surprise. Remember, these companies aren't loyal. Put yourself first. As always, you won't get all of your information from this one video, guys. Check out this video here. It will give you information on this housing market, financial news, get into your first rental property. Guys, the information you will get from it will be gold, just like this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.